Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Giggity, real name is Mark, and in today's video, we are going to be ranking all Call of Duties from Call of Duty 4 to Black Ops 6, because I did not play the first three, and COD Mobile is not included because I also don't play that. All Call of Duties from worst to best based on specifically their map design alone. It has absolutely nothing to do with any of the guns, how the game plays, none of that stuff. None of the graphics, no microtransactions, skill-based diarrhea, skill-based girlfriend kissing, none of that baloney. Okay, it's all it has to do with is ranking them all from worst to best based specifically on their map design alone. I tried to throw personal bias and nostalgia completely out the window for this video, but obviously those still kind of, they still kind of peek their ugly head up every once in a while anyways, so it can't like get rid of it all the way, but I tried my best to, and all I ask is that I hope you guys as well try your best to. I always say that in all my videos, but yeah, some people just get mad if I don't put their favorite COD at first place in every single video, and so it is what it is. Song of the day, though, is called Stay Schemin' by Rick Ross. It is a rap song, so if you don't like rap music, don't listen to it, but it is an absolute banger, and it's also like a more older rap song as well, so you might still like it, because I feel like people that don't like rap music, they do like the older stuff, they just don't like modern rap music, and if that's you, still give this one a listen, because you might like it. Without further ado, let's get right into it, though, with number 18, in my opinion, the worst map design Call of Duty has ever seen. Really quickly, guys, I forgot to mention this in the intro, so I'm just going to throw it in right now, but we're obviously only ranking these based on their original maps. A lot of Call of Duties, especially nowadays, remaster old maps. Those are not going to be included in these lists, because otherwise it wouldn't make much sense. So yeah, only original maps today are going to be ranked, but that is that game's map design, you know what I mean? And that is easily just going to COD Ghosts. I mean, it's not even a freaking competition, man. It's unfortunate, too, because the DLC had some really, interesting, unique ideas for maps. But even those maps that they came out with that were, cool, they had, Mutiny. Mutiny was awesome. They had freaking, that one where you could play as Michael Myers when you got the field orders done. That was cool. And as a matter of fact, the field orders themselves, 9 times out of 10, there was a good chance that they could completely change the map. And that was so cool. That was such a good idea. But then the maps themselves played horribly. Horribly. I mean, Strike Zone was probably the best map in that game. And let's face it, man, it was pretty much a Dome remaster. I know Unearthed was the actual Dome remaster in Ghosts, but Strike Zone was very, very close to Dome, just changed a couple things here and there, and that's the only reason why it worked so well. The map, unfortunately, just, Stonehaven. Dude, you can't find anyone on Stonehaven. Stonehaven sucks. That one, Siege is so bad. There are so many maps. The Whiteout was horrendous. Everything in Ghost is, unfortunately, just so trash that even the Sovereign wasn't good. None of the maps were good, man. It's unfortunate. Even Freefall. Dude, they came out with a small map, finally. Freefall. And they were like, hey, here you guys go. You were asking for some small maps, so here you go. Here's a small map. It's called Freefall. And everybody's like, let's go. And then people couldn't play on it because it gave them motion sickness. Dude, come on, Ghosts. 17th place, though, is a close second. I am sick and tired of all the nostalgia necrophiliacs coming out of nowhere to be all like, no, it's such a good COD, man, it was so good. No, it was a good COD in Search and Destroy, and had good graphics, good movement and everything, but the maps were horrible. Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2019, that name sends shivers down my spine. The maps in Modern Warfare 2019 were just too campy. That was it. That was the main problem. And it wasn't even the players' faults. I don't think the majority of COD players just decided this one year to start camping. No, obviously the same people that played MW19 probably also played Black Ops Cold War, and there wasn't that big of campers on that game. It was because of the maps. You pretty much had to. If you weren't camping, you weren't competitive. If you were moving around the map too much, you just got killed too much. The time to kill in this game also was really, really fast, so it even encouraged camping more. Everything about these maps was just too stupid. It's what I can't even think of most of these maps off the top of my head because they were just that bad. They just didn't play well. I can't think of it. Gunrunner was okay. I'll give that. Gunrunner was okay, but still not good. And then the only maps on MW19 that ended up working were remasters. Freaking not Farm 18. I almost said Farm 18. Not Farm 18. Hard Hat. When they brought back Hard Hat, that map was great on MW19, but it was a remaster. I will say, one original MW19 map that was absolutely peak and actually one of my favorite maps of all time, Shoot House. Shoot House was great. Good job on that one, MW19, but the rest of the game, no. And unfortunately, coming in at 16th place is a game that I actually enjoy, and I think people hate on it too much. I actually do think this game is pretty fun. but the maps are definitely bad. They let me say this real quick. They learned their lesson from Modern Warfare 2019. They're not as campy, that's for sure, but they're still just way too big. That's the main problem. I mean, there's so many places where you're just gonna get one or two shotted by people with DMRs on these maps that are sitting on like 5 miles away from you. I have the list pulled up right now because these modern CODs, I can never remember the freaking names of the maps, man. I always just remember them based on what they look. So I had the list up right now just to remind myself of like what I was talking about. And yeah, man, this game had some good ones. Like, don't get me wrong, Farm 18, dude, Farm 18, in my opinion, one of the best 6v6 maps a COD has ever made. I'm not even kidding. I think Farm 18 is super well done. I think it's a super smart map. But then, like, dude, they got Santa Sania border crossing. Turok. Get Turok out of... Whoever came up with Turok, fire that man immediately. That map is horrible. Turok is trash. Santa Sania border crossing, trash. Yes, because you get killed by grenades all the time. Turok... Dude, I can't sit 1 millimeter away from my freaking monitor at all times in order to see enemies. I don't want the map to be that big. And then they made some like DLC maps that were just trash too. Paleo's Lighthouse, I can't see anything on that Lighthouse map. Black Gold, I guess kind of makes sense. Some people like that more like realistic style, you know, using night vision goggles style maps. I hated it. I hated Black Gold so much. Like the game did have some good ones. Again, Farm 18, really good. I think Vondel Waterfront, that one was a good one as well. And I'm looking at the list right now. Again, I'm not remembering these off the top of my head, don't get me wrong, but Alpagra Fortress, that one was good, but it had some trash ones, and it's just unfortunate. And even more unfortunately, this one's gonna hurt some feelings. This is gonna ruffle some feathers for sure, because I glaze this game all the time on my channel, so I know I have some fans to this game subscribed. But coming in at 15th place is going to COD World War II. World War II is a great game. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I love World War II. I think it's one of my favorite CODs of all time, period. I think it's a great game. But the map design, it needed some work for sure. Most of the maps, not only were they like really bad and not that fun, they were forgettable as hell. Like, I play this game almost every day. I'm Prestige 4 on this game on my Xbox, which again, for those who don't know, I had to restart on my Xbox in 2019. I'm Prestige 4 on this game. Like, it's one of my highest levels on a COD game on my Xbox. I love this game. And I still can't even remember most of the names of the maps. Like, Aachen, dude, it's just forgettable. Like, who came up with that? Carentan isn't even an OG map, and that's still forgettable. And the only one that was, like, kind of good was Flak Tower. I think Flak Tower was great. Flak Tower was a really fun map. But all the other ones, so free. And then the DLC. Don't even get me started on the DLC maps. I mean, does anyone remember Monte Casino? Market Garden? Does anyone remember those maps? Stop lying. No, you don't. No, you do not remember those maps. No one does. And coming in at 14th place, is going to Black Ops Cold War. But I want to say something really quick that I know I should have mentioned in the intro, but I completely forgot to mention it until just now. When we rank these games based off their map design, we're obviously only going to be ranking them based off their original maps, because otherwise this game would be a lot higher, because it did remaster a lot of OG maps that we all love, like Express. Express was obviously really good. Alpine, they brought back. Or not Alpine, what am I talking about? Raid, they brought back. Rush, they brought back. Like, I'm looking at the list again here. They Drive In. Like, they brought back a bunch of maps. And so, yeah, those maps are fun, but they're not original Black Ops Cold War maps. Standoff has brought back Slums. Like, it's not fair to rank them based off that, you know what I mean? So that's why we're just ranking them off the OG maps that the game came out with. And yeah, this game freaking sucked at their original maps. Like, Satellite was not fun, man. Satellite was not fun at all. Miami was way too big. Cartel, like, you literally couldn't see the enemies on Cartel 9 times out of 10. It's unfortunate because they did come out with some pretty good maps, like that ship one, the Armada, I think it was. That one was pretty good. Armada was pretty, and then they made it up for it later on with the Strike maps. You know, Miami Strike, a smaller version of Miami. Armada Strike, a smaller version of Armada. And Moscow honestly was a really good map, and I think they should bring that one back. Honestly, I think Moscow was a really well made map. Checkmate, the one with the freaking plane in the middle, that one was great. Like, they made some good ones too, but unfortunately the stinkers just far outweigh the good ones in Cold War. Coming in at 13th place, again, man, I know I'm gonna ruffle some feathers here, but I'm saying it. It's World at War. It's World at War, man. I just don't really care for World at War's map design. I don't think it's bad per se, and let me make this abundantly clear. I totally get why they made the maps the way they were. This is still when Call of Duty was going for realism, especially in World at War. World at War, they were going 100% for real. They were going so much into realism, they didn't even allow you to have freaking camos on your gun. Like, they loved realism in this game. And the maps are very realistic and gritty and fit the vibe of World at War really well. And I like that. But unfortunately, my big problem with World at War is all the maps kind of phase into one. They all feel exactly the same because they all have the same color palettes. So you're all fighting in the same areas pretty much for the most part. And on top of that, a lot of the maps were just way too large. I mean, they had tanks on them, and the reason why they had tanks on them is because they were just too freaking big. Outskirts was huge. They did have a couple good ones. Castle was great. The fact that they haven't like remastered Castle that many times is insane to me. Dome, the original World at War Dome, not Modern Warfare 3 Dome, the original World at War Dome, really freaking well done. Like, they had some freaking great maps as well, but a lot of them, in my opinion, were just too large. And again, I get why. Do not you know, don't get me wrong. I understand why the maps were large. They were going for large scale battlefields, the realistic style, World at War, World War II, gritty shooting. But I just don't think they really worked the best. Coming out of 12th place, I'm not going to talk about this one for too long, if I'm being honest, because, well, there's an obvious reason. It's Modern Warfare 2023. This game didn't really have original maps until the DLC came out. For those who don't know, Modern Warfare 2023 launched with every Modern Warfare 2, the OG 2009 Modern Warfare 2, base game map just remastered as its map lineup. Obviously pretty lazy there. I do think it played better in Modern Warfare 2023, obviously just because of the movement. You can get around the map faster and stuff like that. It kind of got rid of camping and stuff. But yeah, we're not going to talk about this one too long because it didn't really do anything. Which obviously that means that 11th place is going to go to Modern Warfare 2, the OG 2009 Modern Warfare 2. Again, gonna ruffle some feathers here on this one as well, but I just don't really think it had the strongest lineup. It had some good ones, obviously, you know. Terminal was great, but I think the reason why people loved Terminal so freaking much is because it was good for MW2. Like, I honestly, man, you put Terminal in like Modern Warfare 2023, and they put Terminal in Modern Warfare 2023. It's not one of the best maps because Modern Warfare 2023 has shootouts. It has Rust, which I know Modern Warfare 2 has Rust as well, don't get me wrong, but it had Shipment. Modern Warfare 2 didn't have Shipment. It brought back all like the smaller maps, so like fan favorite maps, and Terminal is now kind of forgotten about because it has Dome, like, because those maps were just better. Terminal was good in Modern Warfare 2 because it didn't really have that much of a competition, is what I'm trying to say. The only real other competition it had in Modern Warfare 2 was Rust and High Rise, and I honestly think Rust and High Rise are both better than Terminal. Rust is good, but unfortunately in Modern Warfare 2 as well, they kind of went full out on the Rust thing, and so you kind of can't see most of the time in Modern Warfare 2's Rust, and it's I don't know. I think there wasn't any real big stinkers in Modern Warfare 2, but I think the overall map quality in Modern Warfare 2 was just so average. And coming in at 10th place is another COD where I actually think this one is kind of a little underrated with its maps. I think people I don't know why people hate this COD so much. Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4, again, it's kind of like right here in the middle now. We're almost at the middle part of this list, and makes sense because in my opinion, Black Ops 4 was just a very average map design for their maps. It definitely is like worse than what we had previously leading up to this. I mean, I know it's hot takes, but obviously we haven't gone over a single jetpack era COD yet, and that's because I think most of the jetpack era CODs were extremely influential maps and really, really well done, and the fact that they made them work with jetpacks is really cool. And so this came after the jetpack era COD, and so that's the reason why I think a lot of people don't really remember BO4 maps that well, but they had some okay ones. The only thing I don't understand with Black Ops 4 is why did they decide to make most of their maps that were actually kind of fun to play on into horrible, like Arsenal Sandstorm and Jungle Flooded? Whose idea? No, what? Jungle Flooded is not fun. Arsenal Sandstorm is not fun. Hacienda Twilight is not fun. I want to play regular Hacienda. I want to play regular Arsenal. I want to play regular Jungle. And I know Jungle's not an OG Black Ops 4 map, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, that was one of the ones that they gave a twist to. I don't know why they did that, but like the regular maps themselves, pretty fine. They were fun. Coming in at 9th place is my least favorite COD ever created, but I'll be honest, the maps designed in them, in this game, I should say, is definitely not that bad. We're talking about Vanguard here. COD Vanguard, kind of forgettable, don't get me wrong. Maps, also kind of forgettable. But they did at least come up with a bunch of brand new maps. There was not that many remasters in Vanguard, and almost all the original maps that Vanguard had were actually pretty freaking good. I really can't remember any real not red card, but that one, oh man, what was it called? The big snowy one. The big snowy one with the big wide open courtyard in the middle there. That one was pretty bad. They used it for friggin' Duran Fong Zombies as like the hub world in Duran Fong. That map was pretty bad. But then they had like Eagle's Nest. Eagle's Nest was really good. They had oh, it was right there on the tip of my tongue, man. I just freaking forgot. It just ran away from me. What I'm trying to say is Vanguard actually, I think, had some pretty good maps, is what I'm saying. And then coming in at number 8 spot, again, another COD that I freaking hate. This game makes me nauseous when I play it. I'm not even joking. It like gives me PTSD or something. I can't play the game and just like be happy anymore. I don't get why. Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6, not a fan of the game. Map design in it is fine. It had some stinkers. Red card, way too big. I hate red card. I hate red card with every fiber of my body. I also am not a big fan of Rewind. Scud is just pretty boring. I don't like that map either. But at least the good thing about BO6 is there's no maps that are just so freaking large that the timer on Team Deathmatch will run out before the score does. That whenever that happens in a COD, that's a telltale sign that I hate that COD. It happens in Ghost, it happens in Modern Warfare 2019, it happens in Modern Warfare 2, it happens in World War 2. That's the reason why they were at the bottom of my list, because the maps in those games make it so that sometimes Team Deathmatch matches go the distance rather than the score. BO6, that won't happen because a lot of the maps are faster paced maps and fun to play on. Even maps like Red Card and Rewind and Scud, which are some of my least favorites, they still go to, go based on score, but I'll be the first to admit that there was definitely some things missing here with PO6's map design. You could tell it was kind of, they had the help of AI here. Most of them are like kind of lacking character and stuff, which is unfortunate, but the maps themselves play pretty fine, I think. And coming in at 7th place, don't get me wrong, very forgettable maps for one reason and one reason only, but it's going to Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare's map design is, like I said, extremely forgettable, but the only reason why I honestly believe that it is forgettable isn't because the maps are bad, but because the maps all are very, very similar. I mean, Infinite Warfare's whole like selling point was, oh, you're going to be fighting in space with these jetpacks, which ended up not really working out too well. People didn't really care for that, but the downside to that was all the maps were kind of felt the same. I mean, because there's only so much you can do when you're fighting in space, you know what I mean? And so they most of them are just facility-based maps with really beautiful skyboxes. But again, when it comes to these jetpack era CODs, the fact that they played as good as they did, and there wasn't any sort of camping, there wasn't any players that could extremely abuse the jetpacks and get extreme advantage, is impressive to say the least, and that's why I'm putting it here at number 7. Yes, the maps are kind of forgettable, but the fact that they even made them fun to play on and not an absolute nightmare and want to rip your hair out is, in my opinion, incredible. Coming in at 6th place, however, is again, maybe a hot take that I put it over MW2. Maybe I probably is, as a matter of fact, Modern Warfare 3, the OG Modern Warfare 3, obviously. Yeah, I think the map design of Modern Warfare 3 was actually a whole lot better than MW2's map design. Just shoot me, sue me. Resistance is great. Dome is great. Even the maps that like people forget about, Mission, Carbon, dude. I don't know why people think Carbon is a bad map. I thought Carbon was a great map. I thought Carbon was great. Mission is incredible. Everybody that plays on Mission will tell you the same. Seatown was great. The only one that I don't really care for, that what was that one called? The Downturn, I think it was. It was either Downturn or Interchange. Actually, you know what? Both of them. Both those maps, really bad, because the color palette on those maps is depressingly gray. It's just a big open gray map that doesn't flow well at all. So Modern Warfare 3 definitely had some stinkers, but it had a lot of freaking bangers and a lot of maps that were so good, but people just don't talk about them because it's like it had such a good lineup of maps that people just kind of forget that they even existed. Village was great. Lockdown was honestly really, really fun for a city-based map. Like, that was a really good. Most of the time, COD city-based maps kind of end up being forgettable maps, but Lockdown in MW3 was not forgettable. I thought it was great. Fallen, I didn't really care for Fallen too much, but yeah, either way, Modern Warfare 3, pretty good map design. And then coming in at 5th place, I mean, again, I know it might be hot takes to put like random CODs that aren't people's favorites higher than CODs like Modern Warfare 2. Obviously, Modern Warfare 2 was at 11th place, and World at War was at 13th. And I know it might be a hot take to put Advanced Warfare at 5th, but again, we're not going based on anything except for map design. And I honestly, man, I think Advanced Warfare had an insanely good map design for Call of Duty. I really do. Advanced Warfare was insane. I mean, almost every map in Advanced Warfare hit. Every map in this game was good. I mean, literally, I'm going, obviously for every one of these, I look at the list real quick just to remind myself and like to look at everything that the games had. And I'm looking at this list and I can't think of any that were like bad to play on. Detroit was great. Terrorist was great. Riot was great. Biolab was great. Atlas Gorge was great. Defender was great. Like, everything was good about it. And then obviously the DLC maps were pretty good too. Sideshow, Kremlin, these were pretty good maps. They did have a couple remasters, I want to say, but most of them ended up working out really, really well. Every map in this game was fun. Retreat was fun. Recovery was fun. Like, there's no maps in this game that I can look at right now and be like, yeah, I hated playing on that map. None. Like, I'm literally looking at the list. I can't see one that I'm like, that map was horrible. I hated every second of it. And that's really good, because every COD up until this point probably has had one or two of those maps at least. But 4th place, I mean, it's impressive. It is impressive to say the least how good they made it back in the day, because it's going to COD 4, the original Modern Warfare, the first ever COD, in my opinion. I know it's not the real first ever, but in my opinion, it should count as the first ever. It's the first ever that they actually started putting effort into multiplayer and making their games, what they are today. And COD 4, yeah, I mean, there's a couple misses, don't get me wrong, but it's few and far between. That map where you're walking through like the alleyways there, I can't remember what it's called right now. A Strike, maybe? I can't really remember exactly. That map was a little bit iffy, to be honest, but like, dude, the freaking maps in this game, some of the maps that they came out with are some of the most iconic COD maps of all time now. I mean, we're talking Shipment OG. This is the OG COD that brought out Shipment. Crash, Bog. The fact that we haven't had like a serious Bog remaster yet is insane to me, by the way. That is crazy talk. You're talking gibberish when you say that to me. COD 4, Vacant. Dude, Vacant was great. Another map I forgot to mention with Modern Warfare 2, by the way, that I wanted to bring up, because I know people are going to be like, well, what about this map? Scrapyard. Yes, Scrapyard was great. Okay, I forgot to mention that with MW2. It's a great map, okay? But either way, yeah, COD 4, I mean, oh my god, almost every map in this game was a freaking hit, man. Almost every map. Ambush was good. Like, every map in COD 4 was freaking good. And then coming in at 3rd place, I'm just going to break the ice. It's my favorite Call of Duty of all time, Black Ops 3. I think part of the reason why it's my favorite Call of Duty of all time is probably the map design, because the map design in this game is unbelievable, and the way they made it work with the jetpacks is even more unbelievable. If you want a good, accurate representation on why I actually think jetpacks were a fun era of Call of Duty, look at Nuketown on Black Ops 3. The way Nuketown plays on Black Ops 3, it's still clearly Nuketown, but it plays completely different from any Nuketown we've ever got before because of the jetpacks, and they made it work well somehow. It is impressive to me how they made almost every single map on this freaking game perfect with the jetpacks. Let's go over every map that I can. I'm just gonna run through them all real quick, and we're gonna talk about them. Aquarium, Breach, Combine, Evac, Exodus, Fringe, good grief, Havoc, Hunted, good grief, Infection, Metro, Redwood, Stronghold, Nuketown, Redwood, Snow, Fringe, Nightfall. It's just remasters of the same maps, but yeah. Gauntlet, Rise, Skyjacked, Splash, Knockout, Rift, Spire, Verge, Berserk, Cryogen, Empire, Rumble, Citadel, Micro, Outlaw, and Rupture. Those are the maps that Black Ops 3 had. I don't care who you are. There are maybe 1 or 2 maps in that entire list I just went over where they're not the best maps ever to play on. That doesn't mean that they're not fun. They're just like not great. Like in my personal opinion, Rumble wasn't great. I didn't think Rumble was great. I thought Gauntlet was a little bit too large. And that's pretty much it though. Every other map in this game, unbelievably fun. Unbelievably fun. And I don't care who you are, man. It is great. It is great map design. And coming in at second place, yeah, I'm just going to break the ice here. Treyarch makes the best maps. Activision or Infinity Ward, Raven, Sledgehammer Games, whatever the other companies are that are making CODs now, I can't even keep up with it anymore. Yeah, you unfortunately don't hold a candle to Treyarch, man, because second place is Black Ops 2. Again, I think this is the reason why people look at Black Ops 2 so fondly with such rose-tinted glasses and everything is probably because of the map design. It probably is. Like, the Black Ops 2 maps were just... I mean, it was almost untouched. Like the single-handedly like worst map in Black Ops 2, like the one that everybody kind of agrees upon is the worst map in Black Ops 2, at least launch maps, was Aftermath. Everyone thinks Aftermath is trash, and I honestly, man, Aftermath isn't even that bad. And it is, I agree, it is like the worst Black Ops 2 map, and it's not even that bad. I think the reason why people don't like Aftermath is just the color palette. That's it. That's the only reason why people don't like, because it is kind of a boring color palette, and it's kind of a boring setting. You're just in a destroyed city, like it's kind of boring. But everything, I mean, this game came out with freaking Hijacked, man. It came out with Express, dude. Okay, these are some of the best. Slums, Standoff. If you mean to tell me it came, and then you don't even get me freaking started on the DLC maps, man. Magma is a bad map, like in Black Ops 2, and it is still freaking awesome. It had that map where you're playing on the freaking, you're fighting on the like the concert stage there. That map is great. I can't remember the name of it right now, but that map is great. Grind started in this map. Rush started on this game. It's like, come on, buddy. And I guarantee I'm forgetting some now, but like, dude, Black Ops 2. I didn't even have to bring up a list. I could just remember them all. They'd be off the top of my head. Because they're that freaking good. They're that memorable. They're that iconic for a reason. But it's not even close. I mean, it's just not. It's still, like, even Black Ops 2, which I just glazed to the moon and back. And everybody does glaze to the moon and back, especially for their map design. Even Black Ops 2 doesn't hold the candle to first place, which is obviously Black Ops 1. The top 3, Black Ops 3, 2, and 1. I promise I didn't, like, do that for, like, dramatic effect. It's my honest opinion. I think Black Ops 1 is easily the best COD for map design. And second place is easily Black Ops 2. Third place, Black Ops 3, I put it there. That was not, like, easily third place, but it could definitely be swapped around a little bit here and there, but it's not out of the top 5, that's for sure. But like, I mean, you're just wrong if you disagree with Black Ops 1 being the best map design of all time. You had Summit, you had an let me Nuketown, you had Firing Range. I don't know why that took a while to pop into my mind there, but Firing Range. Nuketown alone, man, is easily the most popular Call of Duty map of all time. That is a map that is so well known in gaming that it's brought up with people that don't even know what video games are. People know what Nuketown is that have never even touched video games. That is how iconic that map is. Has it been overplayed? Yes, but that's not Black Ops 1's fault. Summit is incredible. Firing Range is I honestly think that Firing Range is a better map than Nuketown. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I do think it is. I think it's a more enjoyable map to play on in that game. But it also came out with Jungle. And then even the maps that were like forgettable and not like the best in the games were incredible. Crisis was fun. Hanoi was fun. Havana was fun. These maps were great maps, and it was just unfortunate because they were thrown into a game that had absolute bangers. And don't even get me started on the freaking DLC maps. Hangar 18, the Hazard, I think it's called, the golf course maps. That was freaking incredible. You had God, what is it called? The oh my god, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's you're fighting on like on a bridge or something like that. Oh, I just thought of another Black Ops 2 map out of nowhere that I thought was great. Cargo. Just want to put that out there. Cargo was also incredible in Black Ops 2. But either way, yeah, Black Ops 1, man. Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 honestly are tied for first, man. Because they're just so freaking good. They're so good map designs. I don't even care what anybody. And they're not even my favorite CODs. I am not looking at this with rose-tinted glasses, guys. Okay, Black Ops 1 is not my favorite COD. It's Black Ops 3. But I will be honest, Black Ops 1's the best map design. Black Ops 2 is second. I don't care. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video, ranking all 18 Call of Duties based on their maps alone. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other videos I'd like to see in the comment section down below. Check the links in the description for any of my other social medias or any of my other YouTube channels or any of that great mumbo jumbo. And I will also be leaving a comment down below, guys, with my new YouTube channel where I'll be uploading any sort of non-Call of Duty related gameplay. So if you guys want to check me out playing some like Dying Light or playing Dora the Explorer or whatever, it might be uploaded over there. Now, I can't promise I'll be playing Dora the Explorer, but if somebody wants it, who knows, you know, or maybe it'll come in the future. But either way, yeah, that's where my other channel will be. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, man. This was a super fun list to make. Making lists like this, ranking all Call of Duties based on certain things, is so much more fun than just ranking them like worst to best. Because like ranking them worst to best, man, I know what I think about it already. You know what I mean? Like I already know that I think Black Ops 3 is my favorite. I think Black Ops 1's top 5. Like I could go over my top 5 right now off the top of my head pretty quick and easy. World War II is up there, Black Ops 1's up there, Black Ops 2 is up there, Black Ops 3 is first in every regard, and then 5th place would probably be like Modern Warfare 3, maybe. I think I'd put it up there, probably. I don't know. That one would be a little bit tough, but like it's easy is what I'm saying, to like rank them all worst to best, you know what I mean? But when it comes to like ranking them all worst, like we did this with snipers already, like ranking them all worst to best based on how fun sniping is, and now we're doing it based on the map design. That's fun because you get to talk about them in a completely different right, you know what I mean? You don't get to just like talk about, oh, I like this game the best. You get to talk about them completely different, and it's fun to make. So I had a lot of fun making this. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.